So we have arrived here to the 2020 trade deadline. We did only make one trade, and it was for one of the relievers that I went over in that video, and it is Reyes Maranta. So here's the trade right in front of your screen. So we got Reyes Maranta in exchange for Bodis Francis, Eduardo Garcia, and Pablo Abreu. Bowden Francis is a pretty half-decent pitcher down in AA for us. He's a C potential, I think 66 overall, and he's having a really good season down in AA. However, we kind of had a logjam of all the pitchers that we had down there, and so I wanted to offload him to another team that could use his young talent. As for Eduardo Garcia, the guy just does not seem to have a future or spot on this team due to us having Bryce Terang and Luis Urias. So because of that, I just decided to include him in the deal instead of having him rot in the organization. And for Pablo Abreu, we drafted another center fielder who's probably going to get all of the ABs that Abreu is getting right now. So why not put him in the deal, give the Giants just another prospect. And now on to the game for this episode. So the 76-58 Cincinnati Reds played host to the NL Central leading 88-45 Milwaukee Brewers. Tyler Mahle got the nod for this one, 4.8 ERA so far in 3 starts this season. The leadoff man would be Lorenzo Cain, and Cain takes the first pitch of the game, and he'll hit that one into center field as he'll get on first to open up this one. And then Avisail Garcia now worked a full count. He swings at that one. Eugenio Suarez will get it down over at third. However, he can't make the throw in time, so Garcia arrives safely. Yelich up now, 2-0 pitch as he'll ground that one over to Freddie Galvis at shortstop. Galvis gets the easy out at second, but they can't turn two with Yelich's speed. Yelich now goes to swipe second, and it ends up being the perfect play for the hit and run as Keston here is able to get that one through the gap and get runners on the corners and even drive Cain in for a 1-0 Brewers lead. Omar Narvaez up now. Narvaez will shoot that one over to the right fielder, and he'll get it. However, the throw would be offline, and Yelich would get home in this one. Eric Lauer on the mound now for the Milwaukee Brewers. So far a 2.7 ERA over 26 starts this season. He's had a terrific season so far. Phillip Ervin up now, bottom of the second, 1-0 pitch, and oh my God, Ervin shoots that one into left field as that one's the first home run and the first run of the game for the Cincinnati Reds, his 9th moonshot of the season so far, and that would be kind of the signal of things to come in this one. Now Orlando Arcia up, 2 men on, 2-2 pitches. He just barely gets that one. Fair ball down into left field. It'll score 1 and get 2 men on, second and third with only 1 out in this one for Justin Smoak. Smoak on the 2-2 pitch, and oh, Smoak smokes that thing into center field. It'll double the lead for the Brewers in this one as they take a 6-1 lead over the Cincinnati Reds, 432 feet in this one. That was an absolute moonshot. He clobbered that thing. Kurt Casale up now, bottom of the third is Casale. He says, yeah, right back at you, pal. He'll take that one into left field. It'll be his 6th home run of the season as the Reds and the Brewers just trading ding-dongs here in this one. 415 feet, another moonshot in this one. Tyler Mahle up now at the plate, the pitcher leading off in the bottom of the third as he'll get on. He gets one into right field as now Nick Castellanos up at the plate. Still nobody out as he'll send that one into right field over to the glove of Yelich. 2 men on now, and now full loaded bases with 2 men out as that one by Ervin will be sent straight to the glove of the diving Yelich as Yelich gets the Brewers out of this one. Nick Senzel now pinch hitting for Tyler Mahle, and he comes in clutch as he sends that one into right center field. It'll get down, 1 run scores, and then 2 men on second and third for Joey Votto. The 1-1 pitch now, and he'll send that one into right field, and it'll score 1 more run. Eugenio Suarez, the most lethal hitter in the lineup, however, goes down swinging. Robert Stevenson would then come on now in the top of the 5th for the Reds. Orlando Arcia 1 out. He would ground that one into center field, and he would get on first to open up the inning. The next man up would be Justin Smoak. Smoak, does he get that one? Does he get it again? Spoiler alert, he does. Justin Smoak with his 2nd home run moonshot of the game. Actually, that wasn't much of a moonshot, but his 2nd home run of the game nonetheless, as he and the Brewers have now blown this one wide open. The game would then be interrupted to a rain delay, and the Brewers would decide to sub out Eric Lauer and bring in Reyes Maranta, the asset required from the trade deadline from the Giants. A 3.7 ERA so far this season. Maranta now with 2 outs to Freddie Galvis, and Galvis sends that one off of the right field pole as Galvis gets his 9th home run of the season, 409 feet. That would be it for Moranta's day. After that, as Brent Suter would come in, a 4.1 ERA in 61 innings so far. He is a left-handed pitcher that just throws some absolute slow-moving stuff. As look at that, an 86 miles per hour fastball gets Suarez looking. Corey Knebel coming in now, a 2.7 ERA over 56 innings pitched so far in the season. He would try to preserve this one. Freddie Galvis up now on the 0-2 pitches. He would hit that one against the shift into left field. He would get on to lead off this one. Aquino up at the plate now, and Aquino, he gets the Reds into a 1-run deficit so far in this one, as he'll hit that one over the left field wall, the 3rd home run hit over that wall, as that would be his 13th home run of the game. And the Reds, as I said, cut this lead down to 1. Nick Castellanos up now, man on 3rd. Castellanos gets that one into right field. It'll score the man from 3rd, and the Reds have tied this one up now, as Alex Claudio comes in now to try to stop the bleeding. 2.1 ERA over 70 innings pitch. Joey Votto up the plate. He gets Votto to ground out to the shortstop Arcia. Eugenio Suarez was the next man up. His 0-2 pitch, he grounds that one over to the Jed Gayorko. Gayorko has some trouble with it, but Suarez is not fast enough to beat out the throw. Josh Hader comes in now, a 3.6 ERA, 51 innings pitched so far this season. Castellanos gets caught looking at that perfectly placed slider. Joey Votto up at the plate now, and Votto swings and misses at that slider. And then Matt Bowman would come on in the top of the 11th inning now to face the heart of this Brewers order. Christian Yelich up at the plate now. Yelich would ground that one off of the glove of the first baseman, and he would beat out the throw, so he gets on to open up this one. Keston Hiura, already 3 for 5 in this game. He makes it 4 for 6, as he'll get 2 men on with nobody out for Jed Gayorko now. Narvaez struck out, so Gayorko hits that one up the middle. It'll score Yelich, and now the Brewers have a 1-run lead in this one, as Hader gets Suarez swinging. And now 1 man on, Phillip Ervin, the absolute hero, off of the left field foul pole, and that is it in for this one, as the Reds will go ahead and walk this one off on Ervin's 2nd home run of the game. And that's it. The Brewers blew a 8-4 lead in this one. Yeah, this one hurt. This one hurt to play, to say the least. We lose this one. However, you'll notice in the monthly recap that we are still the overall better team. I think the moral of the story is I just got to stop pitching with Eric Lauer, because I just don't do that guy's service. And then also that I shouldn't have taken him out to the little rain delay. Josh Hader credited with the loss. Matt Bowman with the win, despite him giving up a run in the last inning. Some highlights: Keston Hiura 4 for 6, Garcia 4 for 6, and Justin Smoke with 2 home runs. Now, let's go ahead and get into this monthly recap. So, we have had a very good month of August so far. We've taken some big losses, if you see there, to the Reds and the Braves, and then even a big one to the Pirates here. But overall, we're still continuing to be on a roll and be one of the better teams in the National League. I do kind of fear that we have taken a couple of losses to the Reds here, just because they're a team we might have to face in the playoffs. Looking at the standings here in the NL East, the Nationals have a pretty commanding lead. The Phillies continue to disappoint, and quite surprisingly, the Braves are not having a good season. In the NL Central, it's us and the Reds. The Cubs have had a down year, and then the Pirates and Cardinals both just suck so far this season. The Reds also have the top lead in the wild card so far. Once again, I just really hope that we don't have to play them this season, and as for us, we have completely overperformed this season, so I'm really happy with it. In the NL West, the Dodgers, of course, have a pretty commanding lead, though the Rockies have had an okay season. They've kind of started losing a bit more as of late. The Padres also still haven't broken out yet, and the Diamondbacks continue to struggle. In the wild card, as I mentioned, the Reds and the Rockies kind of have that locked up. The Phillies are still in the chase, and same with the Cubs and the Braves, but it's probably going to be the Reds at least locking that one up. As for the American League and some playoff races in the AL East, the Yankees have a good lead over the Red Sox. The Blue Jays have had a pretty surprising season. Shout out to the old Blue Jays franchise, where we also had a surprising season. As for the AL Central, this is probably the tightest race of them all. The Indians, Twins, and White Sox all within 3 games of each other. All are pretty good teams that you're excited to see competing. In the AL West, the Astros have the lead in that division. However, the A's are not far behind, and the Rangers have had a really surprising season, hoping to go for the wild card over there, and the Angels have had a really disappointing year so far. As for the actual wild card race, the Twins and White Sox have the top 2 spots currently locked up. However, the A's and Rangers are still right behind them, so an interesting month of September lays ahead of us for the American League. As for the National League, we kind of know how the cookie's going to crumble for all the records so far. Now let's get into some of our player stats so far this season. So, of course, at the top of the OPS, Yelich still continuing what is hopefully an MVP candidate season. However, Ronald Acuna has started making that more into an MVP race. Justin Smoke and Ryan Braun have been continual surprises that haven't slowed down as the platoon mates over at first base. Lorenzo Cain has definitely just spiked up in his slugging percentage out of nowhere. The guy just likes to hit home runs. Keston Hiura has done the same as well. The guy had like 10 home runs going into the trade deadline. Coming out in the month of August, the guy hit like 7 and now has 17. Really happy with that. And if you're going to notice, Jed Gayorko, an 803 OPS. He has been the solution so far at third base. I'm so happy that we finally found someone there. And then as for the rest of these guys, these are all kind of our bench players. Orlando Arcia is one guy that I just want to see get on base a little bit more, but his glove is good enough and he's a young guy, so we're going to give him as many chances as possible. As for the pitching, Alex Claudio, Josh Hader, Corey Knebel, these guys have been insane for us out of the bullpen. Reyes Maranta has also been really good since the trade to us. We've given him we've doubled his innings that he's appeared in since we've gotten him, so just to give you an idea of how little the Giants were using him. As for some of our starters, Adrian Hauser, Brett Anderson having some good years so far. Brandon Woodruff has been on a tear this season. Eric Lauer, though his FIP is a little high, all of his other numbers are pretty low and pretty good. Josh Lindblom is one guy I want to point out for a second because he has severely struggled coming down the stretch this season, and then Brent Suter has as well. So I might look to make some changes to the bullpen with the September call-ups, but other than that, that's it for this edition of the Milwaukee Brewers franchise. In the next episode, you guys will see the September call-ups and then the game for the month of September. However, there will be no monthly recap as I'm going to save that for a video where we just go over the end of the regular season and a little playoff preview. But other than that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Adios.